let's see how this goes then. Right, so we'll see how the development goes heading into the first race. So we've got key staff. There we go. 2024 season. Post Bahrain test results. So we're definitely going to be near the back of the pack. Decent ones here to add for. Some money. We'll take that. I'm not that bothered at the moment. We're doing car liveries and stuff like that. Right, we'll get this sorted for the first race. Sponsorship package confirmed. Affiliates there. Drivers. As we head into the first race, what's strategy prep saying? We're not expecting rain. Looks like it's going to be hot, so our tyres could overheat. So let's see how this goes. Leave it on balance for now. Let Clive Hatton just do his thing. You know what, we will just aim for top 20. Ricardo can aim for top 17 though. Obviously we'll be expecting more from Danny Rick. So let's just give them the time to go out. Jack doing out.
Ready to check? Okay, that's loud and clear.
And now he's there.
Tries to do your best with the brakes and tyres.
Danny Rick.
Copy. Radio check.
can do a speed you want on the warm-up.
Okay, understood.
Let's just let them do their thing now then. See how they get on with doing this.
And try to keep the temperatures up on these tyres.
We okay on temperatures?
Tires are on the cold side.
Let's just keep them going, see how they get on with this practice session. Hopefully Dewan should get some good results soon. There we
So
go.
I'll take some quick comments.
Paul
Copy, copy.
doing in.
Yep, copy. Boxing.
We need to set pit limiter on.
You can stop in front of your garage.
How is the balance?
At the moment, I'd say it's a bit of a struggle.
Okay, copy, copy. Rule box now.
Yep, understood. Daniel pit lane.
Okay, pit limiter on. Stop in position.
Alright, let's see what the car is like before I head into the pit. Right. See what to do with this. wait for these to reconfigure now. And try and see how many laps we can get in before the end. So we'll send Doohan back out now then. That were a bit dangerous, but never mind. And now we'll wait till Ricardo's done. And we'll send Ricardo back out. Now we'll leave them to do the rest of their setups for this practice. Should be able to get a final update from both drivers.
How are the tyres?
I don't know how much more I'm going to get out of the tyre.
Copy.
We need to get these tyres to last.
Didn't realise that their tyres were absolutely shot. Just being a dumbass.
Okay.
There we go.
How is the car balance for you?
All good.
Copy that.
Shouldn't be long now then until Ricardo's done his check. Got decent feedback then. Might have to use a set of softs. Oh shit, wrong thing. Never mind. Until he's done that, we'll redo his feedback. Car setup. See how that goes. There we go.
How are the tires?
Bring him in quickly.
Copy.
And now we'll get Ricardo's sorted. Wait for these, but I don't think we're going to get anything more from this. We'll just have to wait till next practice. Doohan's is done. Ricardo's and stuff. We'll leave that for this practice. There we go. So that's free practice 1 done. Let's try and free practice 2 then.
Should be green now.
Right, see what feedback we get back for this. See how well each of these can do. Shouldn't be long now until we get Doohan's feedback done. Or Ricardo's actually.
How is the balance?
Yeah,
All Doohan in.
Copy, copy.
See what Ricardo's is like, because that shouldn't be long either.
In pit lane.
Hit limiter on.
You can stop in front of your garage.
Let's see what Doohan's got here. Pretty decent feedback, to be fair. Let's get him on soft. Let's go into for that. Let's see how Ricardo gets on with his setup. I don't think Danny Rick actually got his cancel the call. No, he did get it done. That's alright then.
So we box this lap.
Understood.
I didn't think Danny Rick actually got his 5th one there, but cement rails here. So that turned out to be quite good. see how this goes. We might be able to get a few more setups done if we send Doohan out now and tell him to just conserve his softs.
We need to start to protect these rear tyres.
Copy.
I'll basically let Doohan do his. Well,
The tyres are on the cold side.
we wait for Ricardo to get his reconfiguration back. We'll see how he does for free practice too.
Understood.
And now we just wait to see what feedback we can get from this.
We okay on temperatures?
Rear's on cool side.
And try to keep the temperatures up on these tyres.
It is going to be very hard to try and keep temperatures up when we're telling them to go as slow as they can, just to make them try and last for this feedback session. They both should be alright though, to be fair. Underfloor damage.
Stand by.
How the fuck has he got underfloor damage? This is going to be a long season
I think the tires were very cold.
if we've got that this early on.
All okay? Question.
At least the car feels good though. That's kind of a benefit to him.
Copy, copy.
Keep him going out to complete his laps, try and get as much parts knowledge and track acclimatization as he can. Is it acclimation or acclimatization? I don't know. But see what he ends up with. Very bad there. Right. Let's see how that works. Just having to put that somewhere in there, or keeping the rest of them together. Try that, I guess. Yeah, Ricardo's getting on as well. as he now heads to the garage. Can't believe we're having to put a new underfloor already. That's just diabolical. So that's what we're going to be trying with doing. Put you back on the same run plan. Traction's good. Let's see how practice 3 goes. I actually agree.
Okay, so the green light is now?
The fact that that was in practice and it's already been that fucked up is unreal. You're not even in a race and you've managed to break your car. If that doesn't say something. Right, so let's see how last practice session goes. I'd imagine they just went over a curb too hard and the underfloor just smashed the curb. Or the curb smashed the underfloor, I guess is the way you'd look at that. Either way, the driver we've got doing, who's our first driver, was Alpine's second driver, which they got rid of him because he was shit. So now I've took him as a revenge arc kind of thing. Doohan's going to have his revenge arc. Because I've basically tried remaking Renault, and Alpine is basically what was the old Renault team. Just I've brought back the actual Renault team. And Doohan used to drive for Alpine, and they dropped him after like 6 races. Yeah, he's still shit. He's terrible. I say he's terrible. He obviously can drive better than I can, but that doesn't exactly make him. Anyone can drive better than me, so it don't make much of a difference. But yeah, his dad, I'm pretty sure, Mick Doohan, were a race car driver. So you'd have thought he'd have been somewhat good at it, but he definitely doesn't seem good at it since he got sacked from Alpine.
How is the car balance for you?
Car feels great, cheers. That's such a British answer.
Okay, copy.
Anyway, yeah, exactly. Anyone can drive one up to me, so can't really do much about that, can I? Bit harsh.
We need to slow down.
Copy.
Has Ricciardo actually done his final thing again, or no, he hasn't? Hopefully he gets his feedback done.
We'll box now.
Understood.
I can just cancel it actually until he's done it. Yeah, everyone likes Ricciardo. We all love Ricciardo. He is like everyone's favourite. Ricciardo used to drive for Renault as well. That's like the only reason I decided to bring him back. Because we've essentially got a driver that drove for what's like kind of the new Renault team, and we've got someone who drove for actual Renault when they were called Renault. In fact, exactly, all the homies like Ricciardo.
Pit lane.
Pit limits are enabled.
You can stop on your pit stop position.
There we go. Ricciardo just got his 5 out of 5 feedback right at the end there. Yeah, that is very true though. All the homies love Ricciardo.
Pit limited on.
Alright, let's see what
Stop in
Doohan's.
position.
You know what? I'll take that. Just put him back on soft tyres. We can leave him for that. See what Ricardo's like. Just not changed. But yeah, we'll take him at that. What we'll do is just send them out how they are.
Watch for
No,
lots
Doohan
of
doesn't
exits.
drive in F1 anymore.
You can work the brakes. Copy.
Yeah, Doohan doesn't drive in F1 anymore, if that's what you were asking. I don't know if Doohan races at all anymore, to be honest. Just send them round now until their tyres are shot. Try and get them used to track as much as they can and used to car. Yeah, so he drove for Alpine, like as a rookie at the start of this season, and then after like 6 races they dropped him because he basically, I think he crashed the car like 3 times, and he just weren't that good, to be honest. But Alpine don't have a good car this season, so it were a bit harsh to just drop him like that, because they don't have a good car. They're probably the slowest car on the grid, and they still decided to drop him after 6 races. This entire career save is basically, can we do better than Alpine for now? As long as we can do better than Alpine, we've become the better Renault team, essentially. So as long as we can beat Gasly and Colapinto, we should be okay. Get him into pits.
Yep, copy.
Hold Daniel in this time.
We box this lap.
I can't see
Yep,
getting through to
understood.
Q2. So if we just do this, send him out. I can't see us getting into Q2 at all, so we might as well use another set of soft tyres and try and get him used to car as much as we can. Ricardo back out for the last 8 minutes. Yeah, I chose to do a Renault save because Renault used to be quite good. There's actually a bit of an overstatement there. Renault were decent for like 2 years. But I mainly did a Renault save basically because
We try to work brakes and tires as much as we can.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know. Just decided to do a Renault save. But I was like, oh, while I'm doing a Renault save, I can challenge essentially the new Renault team. But there was like no thought behind it. It was just a fun little challenge I made up in my head while I was randomly watching this screen. I was like, oh, let's see if we can actually beat what's now the new Renault team of this game. So much to set up the first thing, because
Okay,
we're not going
that
to
was
do
the checkered flag.
we're not going to do anything this season because the car's not going to be near quick enough. But the best part about this as well is at the start of the season you can choose Renault as your powertrain, so you can have Renault engines. So it just seems quite fitting to have a Renault engine inside a Renault car. There's 4 different engines you can choose from: Honda, Mercedes, Ferrari and Renault. I thought, well, if we're doing a Renault save, it's only fitting to actually use Renault engines. But they're the most underpowered engine. They're the most fuel efficient though, which is decent, I guess. And the reliability is 100% hit and miss. You might have one race that's actually okay, and the next race you might just DNF in the first like 5 laps because it's French and there's not much that's French that's actually good. As Doohan crosses the line, and that's the final one done for practice. decent driver prep there.
Welcome everyone to qualifying.
Very
This
true.
should be
The fact we didn't have to, well, to be fair, we can't DNF because we were in practice, but there's the race to do yet, and that enough says all we need to know.
Okay, that's the green light now.
Right, let's send Doohan out now. Send Ricardo out now. Ricardo might be stuck behind traffic to be fair, but we're not sure. But Doohan should have a good... Doohan's actually gone off the track. What has happened?
corner. Oh no! Why'd they go?
Can't park there, mate.
Yellow flag now.
There's no way we've not even got... He's actually not even done his flying lap of qualifying and he's binned it. What an utter moron.
Let's go, come on, eyes forward.
No, I fully believe that you did jinx that. There's no way you're like, oh, we shouldn't DNF, and he immediately just throws it off the pin track. But we'll see what lap time he gets anyway, so... I'd be surprised if we can even get out of Q1 at all during any of this. But what lap time does Doohan set? A 1:17.
Mode end. Mode end. Copy that.
And then have to see what lap Ricardo sets. Hamilton set a 1:15. Ricardo set...
Cool down, cool down.
Not much slower than Doohan actually though. Quite shocking actually. I did not think, especially since Doohan completely made that mistake, I was not expecting a Jack Doohan masterclass there, to be honest. So let's reconfigure. Send Doohan out now. He might just get out before. There he is. Get Ricardo on a new fresh set of softs. Do we actually need to get a new set of softs? 0.1 second, but like I said, I don't think we're going to get through to Q2 anyway, so we might as well do this now. There we go.
We need to get the brakes
Right.
up to temp now.
Wait for them to get down.
Understood.
And get Doohan
There are a bunch of cars ahead of us.
to do his flying lap here.
And mode pushed when you're ready.
Yeah, I think he just gave up, to be honest.
Now.
Ricardo's now started his second flying lap. I think he got held up a bit there by either Alonso or Stroll, I don't know which one that was. I'm guessing Alonso, because Alonso's on his outlap, so... Doohan and Hulkenberg fully going at it though, even though this is only qualifying. Right, what lap time? Does Doohan improve on his lap time? No, he does not.
We are in P8. That was a really good
Doohan
lap.
does not increase his
Copy.
lap time. What about Danny Rick? Does Danny Rick do better? Does Ricardo set faster than Doohan this time? No, he does not.
Okay, so we are P9 on track. That's a good lap.
Where's Doohan? Where is Doohan from? Very good question. I think he's British. I just won't quote me on that. But I think he's British. Oh, we are just going to keep him on M1s. See how he does with it. It's only 0.1. I know that's a 10 for a second difference, but just need to see if he can improve it at all anyway, so. Let's see how he does. He should be okay for traffic. Yeah, he should be. Doing, depending on how this goes. Could be okay for his flying lap. No, his flying lap's just been completely ruined by whoever that racing bulls is. Oh, he's Australian. That's ironic then. We've got 2 Australian drivers.
Yeah, copy. Saw that one.
Traffic. So his lap time's just not going to change. Nothing at all is going to... Yeah, he wouldn't have got clipped on that. Kind of ruins his
So we're currently in
last
P10.
lap, but
We're in a
it
good
does
place.
look like we are going to get out of Q1 though, which surprises me a lot. Very surprised we'd get out of Q1. But does do a lock up. Is Ricciardo going to improve on this last flying lap? He does get above Alonso, P11, so
Currently P11.
goes from P12 to P11. Dubs, exactly. Doing sat P10 though, I'm very shocked at. But we'll just have to see how everyone else gets on. Put the new softs on, but it's not going to make a difference. So we're basically just going to hope, because we probably won't have got another one done anyway. I don't think that we don't get brought into the drop zone there. So there's Nico Hulkenberg. Well, Albon's in the pits. Colapinto's gone for pits, meaning there is Behrman and Hulkenberg. So unless Hulkenberg and Behrman both set quicker lap times, we should be free for Q1. Unless both of them manage to knock out Ricciardo. But Doohan's at least safe. Doohan can't be eliminated from Q1. Just depends whether these actually stick the lap times or if they go into the pits. Okay, both of them are going for it. So what lap times are they going to set? And are we going to be safe? Hulkenberg and Behrman. Behrman fucking flying up to P10. Ricciardo just being safe from elimination. Meaning we just narrowly survive into Q2. So I don't know how many tyres we've got. None. We are fucked. We've basically got that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. Do 1 lap on the shit tyres.
Mode out, mode out.
That was very close, especially for Ricciardo nearly being eliminated. But we've got to set a top 10 now, and we're not going to set a top 10 for these laps. What we're going to do is do 1 lap on the shit tyres, see what we can get, and then we're going to have to just do 1 final lap one final lap with the brand new fresh.
Go, 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 go.
And see if them one fresh, just to see where they can take us. Because as much as I was optimistic we weren't going to get out of Q1, we just don't have the car for Q2. 117 again.
We are currently P1.
This is going to be the only time Doohan sits in P1. Let's see what Ricardo sets. Is Ricardo going to set faster than Doohan?
That's a good lap. Very, very slow in.
Understood.
So, at least to be fair, Behrman and Sainz haven't set quicker, so that's somewhat promising. And now to set on the super fast brand new socks, which if we do now we should be okay for. Yep. And we should actually be okay to send Ricardo out again. Maybe. That was probably quite stupid to send him out there, because Ricardo's just stopped a lot of traffic. But Doohan's flying lap should be okay actually. So that should be pretty good. Russell and Ricardo should be as well. Maybe we've done quite well. Maybe it's timed it okay. Doohan might get caught up in traffic here. Unless, I'm assuming that Sainz pisses off out the way.
Yeah, copy, copy.
Which he's not, because he's just stuck behind him. So that's Doohan's lap fucked. But let's see what lap time he sets. Can he set quicker? He does not set quicker, which I'm not surprised at, considering he got held up.
We're in a good situation here.
We do need Ricardo there to
Come
set
to
a
mode out.
quicker lap. What is Ricardo going to set? P6.
Currently P6.
Quite good actually. And all we are going to do is tell Doohan to just come straight back out. Oh, that was going to be fucking wank. We're stuck behind them now.
Pit limiter on, please.
Stop in position.
We're just going to confirm the same again. Which is going to be interesting. As Doohan starts what will be the last flying lap, so this will be the last lap for all of them. Hence why I think everyone ended up coming out then. But we'll see how it goes. Ricardo, I think, got caught in a bit of traffic there, so he's screwed. What is Doohan's lap time going to be? Can Doohan get himself out the danger zone? No, he cannot.
Currently we are on P11.
And you can cool the engine a bit.
Yeah, copy.
So Doohan is going to be eliminated. But what about Daniel Ricciardo? Is Ricciardo going to be safe? Oh, depend. Well, I'd imagine Russell's going to get away from P13, so I'd imagine that's going to be us eliminated.
Let me know if we're safe.
Just some people still finishing, I'll let you know in a second.
Okay, right.
Okay.
So we got P14 and P12. You know what, we did well there. Ricciardo only been 2 spots away from not being eliminated. Quite impressed with that.
Well, the fans.
As we now get to the race. So what's the starting lineup? Alonso P10, Sainz P9, Antonelli 8th, Tsunoda 7th, Verstappen 6th, Piastri 5th, Leclerc 4th, Russell 3rd, Norris 2nd, Hamilton 1st. Fair enough. And now let's get into the race.
We look now to Esteban Ocon, who's clearly ready and raring to go.
P20 is definitely not where any
Correct.
driver would.
Basically, can we score points on our first race? We're P14 and P12, so as long as we
And
can
it's
climb the
lights
positions,
out, and away we go.
we might be able to score a P10 if we're lucky.
Copy.
I think more so a matter of where can we get there is going to be the more important part of that. So we start P13 and P14 then, at the end of the first lap. So we'll get round to P2 again.
Really good job.
Doing P12. So to get to P11, Doohan is going to have to overtake a Mercedes, which he has done. You know what? Fuck it, Doohan's the best driver ever. Admittedly, Doohan was on a soft compound while Antonelli was on hards. Bit of like an unfair comparison there, but goated behaviour there from Jack Doohan.
Focus ahead, come on.
Doohan has got balls. So let's just see how the rest of this race goes. Russell's got damage already. That could affect the race a
The
bit.
race is not over.
But
Eyes forward, come on.
we'll see how this gets to. Doohan arguing with Lawson for P10. Does he have it?
It's a long race, come
Yes,
on.
he does. Doohan sat here in P10. P9 though, Gasly. So one of the people we were saying that's for the team we were wanting to beat. So could be nice to try and overtake Gasly there. Move the race on a bit. Multiple cars ended up crashing, but we are P9 now. Gasly's
Watch the
still being
debris.
the car ahead.
Copy that.
Jack Doohan has got DRS though. Is Doohan going to overtake Gasly here for P8? He is. Gasly's got a penalty though, so it was probably Gasly that caused the crash. Yeah, so Gasly's probably got a 5-second time penalty, which, yeah, there we go, 5-second time penalty for Gasly, causing the collision. So the turns tables. That 5 seconds though will let Ricciardo jump up a place if he saves it in the pit lane anyway. That should be good for Ricciardo to jump up to P12. Ricciardo is just trying to keep up with Bortoletto though. Should be able to overtake Bortoletto. Gasly's now got damage. So Gasly's kind of just fucked.
Come on.
Yeah, as we can see, Doohan's completely left that group of cars, which is quite good. If we can get a nice gap away from them. Got some leeway we like. His pit times. Ricciardo does get past Bortoletto and Antonelli.
Good job, mate.
So it's P11 for Ricciardo. So Ricciardo's got Gasly and Lawson to try and overtake here now. As he does overtake Gasly, is he going to overtake Lawson as well? And he overtakes Lawson. P8 and P9 for the Renault.
Yep, good.
If we just leave this for a bit, we'll see how both of these teams get on. Doohan is creating a nice gap there. It does seem like it's currently just Ricciardo and Lawson fighting for P9 to be fair. What we might do is tell Ricciardo to charge his ERS but try and stay with Lawson. So that could be good. Especially since it don't look like Lawson's overtaking Ricciardo. But I think Ricciardo's catching up with Doohan now.
Okay, so we are P9 on track.
Gap 1.4.
Doohan really has lost that gap that he made from Gasly. But Ricciardo is a better driver, so it's probably just because Ricciardo can consistently set quicker lap times. Doohan has just entered the pit window there.
Copy.
For his pits to softs, to mediums in 2 laps. Ricciardo's going to have to try and make his last 4 more laps. Could be a challenge, but I believe he can do it. Especially with the way that he's defending from Lawson very well. Because with him having to have the recharge on the ERS, he will be setting lower or slower times, should I say, in general.
Yeah, I got you.
So he's doing very well to hold off from Lawson for as long as he has. That's going to be Doohan pitting now for mediums.
Be ready?
Mediums.
Box.
Box confirmed.
Lawson did go to pit as well, which was good for us. So if we just set it to fully harvest now and get his ERS better. Ricciardo's got to last 2 more laps.
Something's not gone right in the pits.
On those softs.
We are currently P12. So you have Stroll ahead.
Ricciardo's softs are going to be absolutely
And the first car
shot,
behind you is Albon. Gap is 3.6.
Box. Ricciardo's softs are
Okay, box.
absolutely shot. So he's going to be losing a lot of time here. See when he gets out of the pits. Set him to just attack as well. He's come out quite a fair bit behind Lawson actually as well.
Gap 1.0.
But hopefully with the ERS boost that we've told him to do, he'll slowly be catching up, which he has now got to P11 with. Just need to see if he can
Head down, come on, head down.
catch up with. Ricciardo is doing bits, to be fair. Just need to see if he can. What tyres is Lawson on? A lot more used up hards than Ricciardo, so Ricciardo should be able to catch up to Lawson.
The tires are now in the window, come on.
So Ricciardo's got optimal temperature, so we should eventually see Ricciardo catching up now, which we can see Ricciardo is catching up to him. Taking his time to catch up, but he is catching up. Just need him to get within that 1 second for DRS. Doing into P8 though. Ricciardo now is in P10 though, because of Antonelli's pit. We just need to see if he can get within that 1 second time frame for Lawson to get DRS to try and overtake him. I don't know when he's gonna get that, to be fair. He's getting close like every so often. Oh, has he got DRS here? He does, so he'll be catching up now.
Copy.
Duen enters his last pit window, and Ricciardo's now actually catching up to Lawson, which is good for us, as we should see Ricciardo overtake him soon. Is it going to be here? It is. So Ricciardo does eventually overtake Lawson.
Good job.
So that's P8 and P9 again. Duan's got one more lap on the mediums. So, just see how...
So we're currently in P8.
Duan's now going to be pitting for the hards.
Norris ahead of you.
Box.
Box confirmed.
Ricardo's. Can we big brain this
Okay, understood.
and get him to catch up to Duan? We can. We don't want him to overtake him yet though. Unless he is just going to overtake him. We want Ricciardo to get DRS from Duan.
Yeah, I got pushed.
But has he just finessed that? Because if he's got DRS now, which he doesn't,
Boxing.
but it doesn't look like Lawson does either. Lawson does, right. We've kind of just mugged our sends off there with that. Although maybe not, because Ricciardo's staying a second ahead, so Lawson shouldn't have DRS now.
Stroll behind.
And Lawson's on a lot more
Stroll
used
4 seconds behind.
hards. 8% less on his hards. So it's kind of worked out, to be fair. It's not done terrible, but it's kind of played out in our favour. Ricciardo is getting quite a big gap now from Duan, being over 2 seconds ahead of him. 2 seconds ahead of Lawson, sorry, not Duan. So they were 2 seconds ahead after one lap, and he's now 2.6 after the next. So Ricciardo is getting a comfortable gain on him each lap, which is good. Duan's just overtook Hajar there.
Good job. We're now P11.
Which is good for us. Because I can't imagine Hajar. Yeah, Hajar's gone to pit, which is good for us.
Will be 3 or 4 laps till we pit. Okay, understood.
Maybe 2 before we pit, but Ricciardo now on his 2 laps until he pits. So next one we'll tell him to pit. Which will be now. Which Ricciardo's going to pit for the mediums.
Box now.
Your box is up.
So now
And who's that
Lawson's
having an
pitted
issue
as
with
well.
the pits?
With a pit issue, that's done us a lot of good. Because hopefully Ricciardo gets his pit and comes out behind Duan, which could work very well for us. Because is he going to come out ahead of Duan? But is Duan also going to come ahead of Antonelli? Duan's got Antonelli in that we have
Okay, so the situation.
That's kind of worked out really well for us.
P8.
Because now we don't need to worry about anyone trying to catch us up. Because we've got no one in front of us and no one behind us. So that's... We just need to hope that we have no car issues and neither driver fucks this up, and we'll have a very comfortable race, which is a good race for both of them. Both of them are Australian, and both of them are going to finish in the points in the Australian race, which will be a nice touch. So hopefully that works out for them. 15 laps to go. Just need to hope that Antonelli and Lawson don't catch up to Doohan. I feel like Doohan's not going to be good enough at defending to hold P9, especially with Ricciardo being a dumbass.
Eyes forward, really important.
You know what, Pedro Matos, I agree. Just keep your eyes forward, stop being a dickhead, and stop trying to run the car off the track. What's his... Oh no, he's not lost tyre wear, to be fair, that's not horrible. 10 laps left, and Antonelli is 6.3 behind Doohan. What tyre wear? Ooh. Okay, we need to hope that they just don't gain loads of speed out of nowhere, because Doohan's really going to struggle to finish in points, I think, for this race, because we can see that they're now, Antonelli's 4.4 behind him. So there's, I don't think Doohan's going to survive in the points for his race, which is a bit shit, but yeah, exactly. Now that the tyres are...
How are the tyres?
Doohan just didn't answer him. Yeah, the stakes are definitely higher now, considering there's 4 or 5 laps left, and these tyres are shot. Okay, so that's Antonelli overtaking Doohan. Hey Super Mario Fan 36, it's going... I mean, it was going good, but now we're suddenly going to not have Doohan finish in the points, because Lawson is going to end up overtaking him. But how are you doing today? Yeah, I think you can see he's got an RB behind him.
We're still in a good position.
We are not in a good position. This is not going to end well. As well, we'll get points. Doohan's... Ricciardo's definitely going to get his points, hopefully. I just think Doohan's shit his pot full a bit here. If we can keep with Antonelli, though, with DRS...
Yep, copy.
We could be okay. It's just whether we actually keep DRS, which we are not going to keep it now. So that's Lawson overtaking... It's not overtaking Doohan. Are we actually going to have... Okay, deploy... Use all the energy.
Copy.
He's just lost the plot anyway, never mind. So Doohan's... Unless he gets...
No longer need any liftoff for fuel.
Are we going to get ahead of him? What we really need is an absolute masterclass. We need the Ferraris to overtake us. If the Ferraris overtake us and finish ahead of us, we'll finish after them.
Nice work.
Meaning, oh my god, they've mugged us off. We've had to let the Ferraris pass, and it's slowed us down to let Lawson overtake.
This is the last lap.
Understood.
So Doohan is going to end up finishing 11. So because we were backmarked, we had to let them pass, and because we've let them pass, we've let Lawson take P10. Doohan with P11 though.
That's it, checker flag.
We finished in P11.
What we're hoping to work in our favour has decided to not work in our favour.
And once again, good job.
Mode end, mode end.
But at least we've got Ricciardo for P8. That is some bullshit. But here we go.
Yep,
Let Ricciardo get P8. At least at some points we can't complain for the first race.
It's the end of the race.
So, decent first race. Can't
And
complain that
Daniel
much.
Ricciardo can be...
How many points is that? 4? Yeah. 4 points and 5th in the constructors. And obviously beating Alpine so far, so that's a win. We didn't get anyone in the pit stop one, which I'm not surprised at. That's probably what slowed Doohan down a lot, the 6-second pit stop. We might have been able to survive it if we didn't have to wait so long for a pit. Obviously Doohan fucking decided to destroy his underfloor in P1. As we get on to the next race, which is China. Hamilton leading the Drivers' Championship. Maybe Hamilton can actually get his 8th world title. Who knows? Maybe. We'll aim for Doohan to get top 20. We'll aim for Ricciardo to get top 17 again. I know we finished in points, but I don't know if that was just a fluke
We're
race.
just getting settled here in Shanghai.
And you know what? To be honest, it's a fucking sprint. I hate sprints on this. I'm just going to simulate it and sim the sprint as well. I can't stand sprints. They annoy me so much. It's such a waste. We need to... Sprints should just not be a thing. And we should be back to having 3 practices. One of the worst things I think I've ever seen is a sprint
Hello and
race.
welcome to the much anticipated.
As we now get to Q1. I don't really give a shit that the driver confidence is low. Let's see. You know what? Let's just see this. Because I want to try and get through some of the races. I don't want to spend more time practicing and qualying than it takes us to do that. Doohan out in 22nd. Danny Rick got to Q2. It's not too bad. We probably could have got both of them to Q2 to be fair, if I'd chose to practice them, but that'd be right. Where did we get Ricciardo? P16. Not terrible. That's where you just put the fuel on minimum. That's how you win this game. Every race, put the lowest amount of laps, put your fuel on minimum. Like guaranteed wins every time. Well, guaranteed wins if you've got the car for it, but
The excitement is building here in
it's like a little cheat code to this game. Just to make your car go quicker.
It's lights out and away we
And
go.
let's see how the Chinese Grand Prix gets underway. Wait for first lap to get sorted. See where we see after the see where we see ourselves after the first 2. Because the DRS will be done now, so now we can see where we are along that main straight. I think this will probably be the last one before the end. Try and get 2 races done a stream, to be fair. Have one where we practice and qualify, the other one where we just sim. That way we can still get through 2 races in a decent amount of time. But this race so far seems like we've got Ricciardo fighting against both the Williams, Sainz and Albon. Doohan's back there, bless him, trying to fight with 2 Saubers. Danny Rick does make it ahead into
Doing a
P10.
really, really good job.
Currently,
So we could be heading to another points finish from Ricciardo. It does seem like the points are mainly going to get carried by Ricciardo for this season, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. That's why we hired a good driver. Are we within the second? We are. Well, we're not, but we were. In the second of the Mercedes. So are we going to get DRS for him? We are getting DRS on the Mercedes, so that's done. That's decent for us. At least we know we've got the pace to at least be in the points. It's not like it's going to be a rare occurrence to get them.
Okay, gotcha.
It does seem like we've got a car capable of getting us into points positions. It's just whether our drivers can make the most of getting us into points, I think, is what it's going to come down to. I know that is that Russell that's on a hard compound?
Yeah, are the tires?
It is. So we kind of want to get past Russell as quick as we can. But obviously Russell's going to have a much quicker car than us or Lawson. But we've got blasting past Lawson there with DRS. Can Ricciardo use
Really good job.
his speeds?
Okay,
Or
so
use
we
the
are
soft
P9 on
to
track.
catch up with the Mercedes again? Don't look like it, but he's definitely left Lawson. It seems like that overtake did him really well. Doohan still sat in P16, bless him, but you know, we can't argue. He is a rookie, to be fair. There's been a crash. Who has crashed?
Could be debris.
Let's see who's got involved. Oliver Behrman. Both cars just shunting each other, to be fair. You feel like Ricciardo might get 7th this race. You know what? It's not a bad shout. Ricciardo could get 7th this race. I feel like if he has a good enough race,
Understood.
he definitely can get his hopes of a P7.
Copy.
We are in DRS now of that for using the overtake button, so he might be able to get Antonella for P8, which he has. Which has gone quite well. Doohan's going to be pitting for.
Good job, keep it up.
Was that hard?
Currently
Pitting for
P8.
hards in 2 laps. Ricardo now.
Okay, pit window is open.
Okay, so we've basically just been overtaken by Antonelli straight away. So maybe we'd have to settle for the P9, unless it looks like they're just going to make a mistake. Unless either of the Mercedes make a mistake.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Doohan with the overtake button here. Tell him to pit this lap for the hards.
Box.
Copy. Boxing.
That's got to be an overtake on Alonso there. And it is. Doohan up to P13. Ricciardo this lap is going to be pitting for the first set of mediums.
Box now, push to box.
Okay, box confirmed. Pit lane.
Doohan in the pit lane. Let's see how long this pit takes. Since we are the only person who's entered the pits for now. So we are probably going to come out last. Maybe just ahead of Gasly, actually. No, I'm saying a 2.7, hopefully. 3, Jesus Christ. 3-second pit stop. Do we get ahead of Ocon? We do, to be fair. It's P20 is where Doohan comes out. P20. Ricciardo's obviously still going to make his way for his set of hards.
Behind you now, we
3
have
seconds is
Ocon.
crazy. But what's Ricciardo's going to be? 2.7. That's better. That's more what I was expecting from our pit crew. But where are we going to come out?
Watch out the line.
P13? Not too bad. Not terrible. We're in a comfortable spot with Ricciardo. I think Doohan's going to have another race of missing out on points, to be fair. But see how they can get on with these, because Ricciardo should catch up to Stroll. That's back into P11. So that's not too bad, as we should overtake Stroll, which we have. That's P9 for Ricciardo, so back where he was prior pit stop, which isn't bad. But he has got Lawson on his ass. So I think it's going to be a matter of Ricciardo and Lawson going to have a little mini rivalry between them this season. Hadjar has just overtook Doohan. Hadjar is on a set of fresh softs compared to Doohan being on a slightly set of used hards. So Hadjar is going to have to pit a lot sooner than us now. As we see Lawson get DRS on Ricciardo. Can Ricciardo defend like he did in Australia? So he defended against Lawson very well in Australia. Ricciardo's... Okay, so he's over a second ahead, so Lawson's not going to get DRS on this straight.
Understood.
And if we tell him to use his ERS and use his overtake, we can try and make that gap bigger than a second. My team's always overtake, yeah, which he's going to end up doing. But we've created a 4-second gap now, which is good. We tell
Overtake available.
Doohan to use his overtake, we might be able to catch up with Albon, which should be good for us, which we have done. That's Doohan P13.
How are the tyres?
What percentage is Albon on? Okay, so Albon's on 10%, like, more. So Albon's definitely going to overtake us again at some point, especially being on the far more fresher tyres. Probably this straight, actually, is where we'll see the Williams overtake us. Or not. Doohan defending that quite well, to her. Admittedly, Albon didn't make much of an attempt to overtake, but Doohan still blocked him off at the last second. Lawson catching back up to Ricciardo now. As long as Ricciardo can defend like how he did in Australia, we should be okay, because Lawson was trying to overtake him for so long, and he didn't end up getting him. So yeah, as long as he defends as how he did in Australia, we definitely should be okay. Ricciardo entering his next pit window as well. What a percentage is everyone on? So Lawson's used up his mediums a lot more. So it does look like, unless someone's going to make a massive mistake, we should probably get a P9 for Ricciardo.
Yeah, the rear's taking a bit of a hit.
So the rear tyres are throwing themselves out here. So it is going to be 2 laps time we're going to hit Ricciardo. Just a matter of how long. Yeah, Ricciardo should keep. Ricciardo should stay ahead of Lawson regardless. Three seconds ahead. A good gap. As we will tell Ricciardo to box this lap for the last set of mediums.
Box.
Okay. I'll box this lap.
Didn't really sound too happy about boxing there. Doing 2 laps is going to box from his hard tyres to his mediums. So let's see how Ricciardo does with the pit.
Daniel pit lane.
.5, much better than what we've had.
Watch out, wide line pit entry.
And are we going to get ahead of... We're ahead of Doohan as well. That's
Currently
actually
P11.
done us quite well. Doohan's going to pit for the mediums.
So box this lap.
Copy boxing.
I'm going to tell him to try and defend Lawson.
We should be able to defend.
Especially because Lawson's going to get DRS on his ear. And if we can just try and defend Lawson from overtaking him on this straight, which is not going to happen.
We saw.
Don't know why Ricciardo's saying he's been pushed when nothing happened to him. But Doohan's going to now box this lap.
Pit entry.
As Ricciardo now has the 2-second gap to Lawson. Just a matter of can he keep the 2-second gap now. Lawson's gone for a hard compound for the rest of this race. That's interesting. See how that goes. Doohan hitting for the mediums. Just shy of 2.8. Coming out just behind the one. Be interesting to see how Ricciardo does for this last part of the race. And he has got within DRS of Albon, so if we get him on this straight.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
That can be hopefully a nice gap now if we can push ahead.
Alrighty. Nice.
We can hopefully try and create a
Good
bigger
job,
gap
good job.
from us to Lawson. But Lawson's over straight away anyway, so.
Oh, it looks like a pit stop issue.
We are right behind Sainz, to be fair. I think on that straight we're going to overtake. I don't think we're going to need a straight. Ricciardo just overtook Sainz anyway. P9 for Ricciardo. Back where he was to begin with.
Bravo, let's go, come on.
Doing still just chilling in P4. And you know what? Disrespectful. There has been a lot of pit stop issues this race. There has been a lot. I think this is just a matter of, can our mediums, like the mediums aren't going to outlast Lawson's hards, but can we keep the pace up with the mediums so that Lawson's hards don't create as an issue? By the looks of this, no. Maybe actually we are starting to pull away from Lawson a bit. So maybe. So we're telling Ricciardo we can use more fuel now, which in hindsight should make him quicker. We'll have to see how that goes. Tell Doohan to
Mode push.
use the rest of his ERS. If you can just try and either create a gap or catch up to Hajar.
We no longer need any liftoff for fuel.
Tell him to do that. He's just going to end up wasting his ERS if we do that. But we'll see if Ricciardo is going to last. With 3 laps to go. 2 more. Should be last lap. Oh, never mind. So we're going to be waiting for leader. Which, as long as Norris overtakes us, which he has, and there's no way this causes another issue, because we've had to wait for Norris to overtake. The traffic's caught up and Lawson's right behind us. But because Norris passes the finish line, we do just steal P9 from Lawson. Thank God that's somehow played in our favour.
It's the end of the race.
That'd have been absolutely shit if we had another repeat of Australia. But I think that's another P9 for Ricciardo.
Cheers, thank you.
No, Ricciardo got P8 last race. So P8 and P9. And I think Doohan got P11 and now P13. So not a terrible race. I think we've done just ever so slightly worse
What you're doing with these tyres so
in
far is
China
really
than we did do in Australia.
Yep, copy.
Which is quite good that there wasn't another lap, because Albon would have overtook Doohan that lap as well.
That will be the checkered flag.
So we've just managed to survive a P9 and a
P13.
P13.
The race pace actually looks quite strong.
You know what though? Good race. Another race in the points is the way to think about it for now. Ricciardo climbed 7 places to get to P9, so I can't really argue with him. Still P5. We did actually set the 4th quickest pit stop for Ricciardo. What does that put us? 8th in the pit stop challenge. Got all our placement bonus. And the underfloor is now designed. Get 4 of our underfloors done, and while we're looking at that, we will design a new front wing. We're just going to put all our all CFD and all wind tunnel hours into this new front wing. We're just going to make an overpowered dub new underfloor. It were needed, especially since fucking Doohan decided to just smash the other one. Going to make a super overpowered front wing. That's how you make an overpowered front wing. Over 120 Gs of low speed cornering. That's how you do it. Post race data. Everything seemed to have done okay. Obviously the new underfloor is designed. So we'll get to the start of the next race, but we won't start it. We'll just wait till we get to it. But we've got a new underfloor made and a design complete, which should be the suspension. So we'll get the suspension underway. And then come start of Japan, the chassis and side pods will be done, but we'll look to make the new chassis first. So side pods for when they're done. So what we can do is, because we made a new underfloor, we'll give, you know what? We'll give Doohan the new underfloor in hopes that he doesn't smash it, but he also, the dirty air tolerance is absolutely dreadful. But the cornering is much better now, so hopefully that just improves Doohan's car a lot and he can just be a lot quicker. for this race, although it's going to take him a while to obviously get used to this underfloor. But hopefully it can just make his pace that general bit quicker. But that's going to be it for this stream. I don't know when I'll do when the next one's going to be, but it could be tomorrow, it might be Monday, but we'll definitely continue the Renault F1 manager save, and that will be it.